So, me again. Doing another post-workout meal. It's the exact same thing as it was last time, just beef and rice. So in the last video, I talked about, why I made the decision I made to, change my diet and change my lifestyle, etc. Today, I guess I just kind of get into the meat and potatoes, no pun intended, of what specifically I did. I told you I stopped eating all processed food, and this is what I'm drinking is Kettle and Fire bone broth, beef bone broth. It's awesome. It's 4 servings in one of these containers, and it's 10 grams of protein per serving. So it's just, I enjoy it. Some people don't. Like, my wife can't drink it. I just drink it straight out of a carton. Especially after a workout, a lot of sodium, a lot of salt. Because I don't drink Gatorade. But, yeah, I didn't eat any processed food. I just stopped. Like, my house, I didn't throw stuff out, but, yeah, pasta, this stuff. You can't see. I know you can't see. But, if you just start reading ingredient labels, like I did. Hey, go watch your show. Go on, skedaddle. So, this pasta, okay, there's a lot of ingredients, okay? Salmonella wheat flour, durum wheat flour, then it's fortified with, a whole bunch of vitamins and minerals and stuff like that. The stuff I was staying away from was grain-based carbohydrates. So rice, flour, fucking quinoa, which I didn't eat to begin with. But go play. I didn't eat any of that stuff. So, and then I didn't eat candy. I didn't drink. I pretty much just drank water, bone broth, and coffee. Coffee was a big one for me. So, and I drank these Spindrifts. I really cutting out energy drinks was a real problem for me because I love energy drinks. Always have. Always will. And coffee just doesn't cut it for me. So Spindrifts don't have any caffeine in them. It's just sparkling water and then fruit juice or fruit puree. And I know some people can't stand sparkling water. Some people like it, so it's just an option. But yeah, I just pretty much if I picked it, if I grabbed a food item and it had added ingredients, you know what I mean? I wouldn't consume it. So if it, and I know and I got a lot of shit for when I first started it, everybody was super supportive, and I think you'll find this too. When you make a major life change for the better, everybody's super supportive. And then as you start to get successful, that crowd kind of splits into two. There's people that are still really supportive and really excited for you, and they're happy you're doing well. And then there's people who are upset that you're doing well, and they're gonna shit on you for it. So, and I had people that were like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I stopped eating processed food. And they're like, well, are you eating cooked food? Because cooked is technically processing it. It's man, shut the fuck up. Fucking go outside, nerd. Got time for your worthless chime-ins, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so if I picked up this, especially this, I wouldn't eat this. This is some Wishbone Italian dressing. And I just started reading ingredient labels, distilled vinegar, water, soybean oil, sugar, salt, contains 2% or less of garlic, onion, red bell peppers, natural flavors, xanthan gums, but I would have been out at soybean oil. And so, that's what I did. Just if it was, with some exceptions. Technically, bone broth, like this bone broth is, beef broth, water, grass-fed beef bones, onions, carrots, celery, parsley. But like, I know what all that stuff is. You know what I mean? And it's all a natural thing. Soybean oil is not a natural thing. Okay? So, and this doesn't, and it serves me. This doesn't. Soybean oil, yeah, is not a natural thing. Xanthan gum is not a natural thing. And natural flavor, despite saying the word natural, is probably not a natural thing. So, like a great place to start if you're considering making these changes is to just start reading ingredient labels, okay? And if you don't know what stuff is, because I know I didn't, then that's how they get you, okay? Is they put all this stuff on ingredient labels, and they're like, well, they expect you to just go, well, I trust that they wouldn't be able to sell this as food if it was bad for me. Like, they wouldn't be able to sell it to me. Well, you're wrong. They can sell you all kinds of shit that's super fucking bad for you. So, like, if you go online, and you can type in, like, natural flavor meaning, and you can look that up. In fact, I will put the link in the description, and you can read what the FDA has constituted as a, quote, natural flavor, okay? And to give you the short of it, natural flavor essentially means anything. Basically anything derived from a natural thing. So they can pretty much do whatever they want to it and consider it a natural flavor. Bad juju, bad stuff. A great resource, at least for me, is a app called the Yucca app. Yucka. And the emblem in the App Store or the Google Play Store or whatever system you use is like a white square with a carrot. So it's like the triangular carrot, orange carrot with the green leaves. Okay? And what that gives you the ability to do is you can scan barcodes and it'll give you like a rating of whether or not this food is food. It does hygiene products. It doesn't do like perfumes and stuff like that, but if you scan your body wash, and it'll give you a breakdown of the potentially hazardous ingredients in it. So, like, unless like, if you're ready to make a change, that's a great place to start. That'll make your hair curl when you see some of the stuff that's in your like hygiene stuff, like your soaps and your deodorants and stuff like that. And it's free. You can also scan a barcode, and then you can take a picture of the product, and you can take a picture of the ingredient list, and you can send it to Yucca if it's not in there. And it takes like a few days, but they will add it to their like their database of things, so the next person that scans it gets it immediately. It's awesome. But yeah, just like it's not a secret that like when you eat something like that, you probably know you shouldn't be eating it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, why don't you go watch your movie? Go watch it. Thank you. And I'll do another video on this in more in depth, but there's a reason for that. Well, no, there's not a reason that. Sorry, I was thinking of two separate things. The reason you want to eat things that are bad for you is because the things that are bad for you are usually filled with one of three things. They're either filled with sugar, or a sweetness, a perception that it's sweet, fat, or salt. And sometimes it's combinations of the three. Okay, and the reason for that is because sugar, fat, and salt are difficult to come by in nature. So, through our evolution, you've been programmed to seek out things that are sweet, salty, and fatty, and to eat in excess when you find those things because you don't know when you're going to find them again. Like fruit's only available. Like back in the day, fruit was only available certain times of the year. You know, like game animals aren't very fatty. Excuse you. I'll take that. Thank you. Go play. Go watch your show. Go on. And then salt. Salt was very difficult to find in nature. So these companies and these food companies, they know that. Candy companies, beverage companies, they all know that. So they load their shit up with salt and sugar and fat and a whole bunch of other shit that's not good for you because they know you're going to eat it. Because you can't beat X centuries of evolution. You can't beat that. Most people can't. I know I can't. So that's why, I think a lot of people have an unhealthy relationship with food. I know I did and sometimes still do. And at this point, I can tell you that your relationship with food, if it's negative, if you have a negative relationship with food, in that you're unhealthy or you don't look physically or feel physically how you want to feel, probably isn't 100% your fault. So, but that's where kind of education comes in, and then kind of playing to that evolution and replacing bad things with good things. Like replacing, M&Ms with grapes or whatever, candy with fruit, replacing, that Big Mac with some, fattier cut beef. Yes. I can't right now. I'm doing stuff. Okay, am I done? Okay. I'm being beckoned by a small person, so we'll talk more about it later. And my tagline for pretty much everything is stop doing things that you know are bad for you. And, it's a process. So just try to make healthier decisions. Have a good one.